one of the observations, basically, that came to us when Xi Jinping recently visited Tibet. There were a lot of discussion globally and also internally in Tibet. There were people sharing images on social media in a very veiled, cryptic kind of way. And I think, those things were interesting because Tibetans on some social media were sharing images of the night when Xi Jinping came to Tibet. At night, basically around midnight, fireworks go off to basically celebrate the milestone and the occasion and what China is trying to showcase in Tibet of its successes. But the Tibetans who were sharing images, they were not sharing about the celebration. They were not sharing news of Xi Jinping. What they were sharing is actually exactly at the moment when the fireworks went off, apparently there were lightning from the sky. There was a thunderstorm, in the sky. And some of those videos and photos captured exactly that moment when the fireworks were going up and lightning was coming down from the sky, kind of showing the clash between reality and propaganda, or the clash between Chinese government's designs for Tibet, Xi Jinping's design and vision for Tibet, versus what the Tibetan people or even what nature really wants in Tibet. And I think that was such a interesting moment, because I think it also shows the contrast between the person of Xi Jinping and the person of the Dalai Lama. In Dharamsala, just couple months earlier in July, what you have is the entire world, diplomats from various countries, artists, musicians from everywhere going to Dharamsala to see this refugee who doesn't have his own military, who doesn't have his own police force or anything, but people are going there voluntarily and willingly to celebrate his birthday. In Tibet, when Xi Jinping comes, you have to pay people and coerce people to celebrate and dance. So I think we often talk about an imbalance of power between Tibet and China, or Dharamsala in Beijing, but this was such a lesson in the imbalance, the asymmetric balance of legitimacy. When we talk about legitimacy, His Holiness and the Dharamsala has such a huge advantage over Beijing. I think that was interesting to see in those images.